Yeah, just another great atmosphere. Here at Siegel, really thankful for the crowd and their ability to give us a boost when we need it. And certainly in that first half, it's easy to tell for anybody watching that game. It was going to be a physical game the entire time, and whoever was able to deal with that was going to have a chance. A better chance for success, down the stretch. We certainly had our moments where we did deal with it well. We certainly had some moments where we didn't, and moments that we can learn from. But that's a good team. It's a good team we just played. They're playing good basketball right now. They're really well coached. They're very competitive, at every spot. They were aggressive defensively, in the half court. There's a reason that they're second, in the country in guarding, twos. They're a shot blocker near the rim, and they have physical defenders, at all the other spots. And they're tough to score on, no doubt. And they're tough. They push the ball in transition. I thought our guys, for the most part throughout that game, did an admirable job. I've seen some others, get beaten in those situations against Loyola Chicago in terms of transition. I think we gave up 1-3 in transition, but they're really good at posting, Alston early, in transition. And I thought Kwani did a nice job, fighting that, every possession. That can wear on you. The body blows inside where he's trying to post up, can really take a toll. We obviously broke out in the second half. The play at the end of the half was huge, for us, with Joe with the three. And then second half we broke away. We didn't finish it exactly like we wanted to finish it. That's certainly something that, we can learn from going forward. We've got to be better, in terms of finishing the game. But, it was a game that it was not going to be handed either direction. It was going to have to be won. And, I think our guys got enough stops and made it difficult and found some things that we could go to in the second half offensively. Joe, obviously, goes without saying, was dynamite.
What did you guys focus on offensively to combat that physicality?
Yeah, just trying not to play off the bounce. Like when you have it on the ground already while they're guarding you, it's really hard to get away from them. And so we tried to do more off the catch where we could drive. But they're really good at switching late. That's why their 2-point field goal percentage is as good as it is, because they have, a big guy who's got the ability to switch late when you get down in the paint. And then they fix those situations. They're very well coached and drilled in that. And we still got some shots in there, but they weren't easy. And I think we had to figure out other ways to attack their stout defense.
Coach, they shot 61% inside the arc in the first half, 41 the second half.
Yeah, they shot 50% in the first half overall.
Yeah. So what was the difference inside the arc defensively for y'all?
Yeah, just keeping a body in front a little bit better. Certainly that was a key focus of ours. They actually missed a couple of shots and then tipped in, rebounds there, or tipped in missed shots a couple of times. They were going to post-ups, when 32 came in the game. He scored a couple of baskets. I think he had 6 points, in very limited time, quite honestly. And so we decided, we were just going to double him from then on. Limiting their catches in the middle of the floor was something that, was important, because if you catch it in the middle, it's hard to get help there. We wanted them to catch it further away, so now we could get our guys, our guys to the ball, at that point. And I thought our guys did a nice job. We did a better job in pick and roll in the second half defense. We didn't allow as many layups, there. Firm, did a nice job with that, and Toby. But, it's not easy, either way for either team.
How were you able to deal with their physicality in the second half?
Yeah, I think the guys just kept talking to one another, as we would come to timeouts. It's not meant to be easy, right? We're playing a good team. They're 5-1 for a reason in the conference, and we're chasing, others ahead of us right now. And so, this team in particular. And so our guys just wanted to stay committed together and realizing that, there were going to be runs both ways. And, I thought our guys showed some toughness, tonight. They were putting some hard spots. And, there was some collective toughness out there throughout. All while Max having a suspect game for him. Obviously, you got to give them credit, for how he played. He's got to be better than he played tonight. Need him to be. Firm can be better, certainly than he was. Tonight he mustered up some stats and did some of that. But he can be better than he was. I thought Janelle gave us good minutes. Joe gave us really good minutes. Kwani Bell was really good in his minutes. Diving on the floor for that loose ball was huge. And Toby certainly, even though he didn't get to play as much as typical, I thought he impacted the game.
At what point in the night do you say to yourself, Joe's feeling it, we got to feed him?
I mean, as soon as he subs in, I mean, it's like we have to, he's somebody that, can get going and the other players, the other team knows it now too, right? And so we've got to continue to try to free him up, the best we can. Certainly in transition, that's an area where he excels, and the others excel too. We've got some good passers out there, some guys that can penetrate. He's good at running off of screens. And so, he's certainly somebody that, requires the other team's attention.
What do you think a performance like this against a good team like that without one of your best players in Seb Jackson? I mean, what does that say about just the depth of this team? Yeah,
I mean, we've had two solid games, and we hated for Zeb, but Zeb practiced yesterday, and we're hoping that he'll be available for the next one. And, Zeb's been huge for us this year, and so we need him back out there. But, Joe's played awesome. Janelle has played really well. It's given Bell more minutes out there. Kwani's really settling into a role now. Sean and Max, they can kind of play off of one another. So, yeah, I mean, we're not the deepest team in the country. I'm not going to say that, but we have good depth and guys that the most important thing for us right now is that they really care about one another. And, they're committed, to doing their best for VCU and for one another. And so I think that's a huge thing, right? That's when you have like the makings of a team and, a true team. Doesn't mean every game's going to go exactly like we want, right? But they're fighting together, which is, an important aspect.
Is there like one key ingredient you think this team kind of needs to figure out to be a championship, an A-team, championship caliber team? Is there something that you're like, if they can do this?
I mean, it's so far ahead for us right now. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking about A-10. Yeah, we think about it every day. I mean, we come in and we work because it's easy to look on the walls and see the tradition and the success that's been here, right? And so these guys want to leave something, for VCU and do their best for VCU because that's the standard. It's like we want to win championships, but how do you win championships? You focus on the process, right? You focus on getting better every single day and the preparation that it takes, to be able to have moments like this where, it wasn't perfect, but basketball's not perfect. But we were able to find a way, to win that game. And that's what you continue to do, all right? Every day that you come in, it's with a mindset of, we want to win together. And, we have to be, to answer your question, we have to be cleaner with the ball. We have to rebound. I mean, all the things that, go into being, a champion. You got to be a little bit lucky, at times too. But we're a ways away from that, but everybody is. Yeah. And so our focus has just got to be on what's the next right thing for us to do.
And
Sean, I was gonna say, Sean mentioned about the you guys had
What?
a team meeting.
Yeah, that was several games ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the importance of having it at this point of the year, and then the benefit.
Yeah, I mean, we told the guys we can't keep having these meetings, right? It's not gonna end well. It's just like it's a topsy turvy deal, inconsistent. Like, that's what the season will be. You know, if we continue to have long talks about why we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And, you know, this team, you know, is gaining maturity, right? We have some mature guys on the team. We have some that are younger and newer to this. And so merging those guys, you know, together and getting everyone to understand, like, I'm playing for my teammate here. I'm playing for VCU. Like, and I'm going to give every ounce of effort, you know, and energy and focus and intensity, you know, that I can possibly give to my teammates, all right, and the fans that are paying money to come watch us play. And, you know, I think we're beginning to see the fruits of that. But, you know, it's a constant thing, right? It's a constant thing to have to continue to talk to one another, and communication is a big part of being on a team, and sacrifice is a big part of being on a team. And these guys are learning those valuable lessons right now.
We can do like two more.
To that point, how big was Michael Bell's hustle on the 50-50 balls?
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, it was huge. I mean, Michael understands what his role is, and is to go in there and defend, all right, attack the basket. Like when they doubled Sean and it came out, all right, he was ready to drive that ball. He saw the gap, all right, he was ready to take it. That turns into a foul where he gets to the free throw line. So, like, he's understanding what he needs to do to help the team win. And hustle plays is a big part of it, and that was huge.
Coach, you guys had 10 points in the paint first half, and you guys had 28 points in the paint the second half. Can you talk about the talking points you gave at halftime?
Yeah, there's just giving the guys more space, right, and more room to work, limiting our dribbles, all right, playing more off the catch, you know, so we could drive it, passing to our teammates, right, getting it back, attacking, stopping when we got into the paint. You know, there were too many times in the first half where we were shooting over bodies, right, or getting Borchette, our shot blocked, you know, at the rim. And so we coached them on that at halftime, showed them some clips of plays that they could make differently, and you know, the guys responded. We still weren't perfect, you know, that guy's good at switching late, and you know, it's something that we can continue to improve upon. But you know, they get to 74 and shoot the percentage that we did in the second half, you know, inside of 2, like, that's a positive sign against a really good defensive team.
Jason only 4 points, but he's 13 over on the plus minus. How good have his minutes been?
Been huge. I mean, the defensive effort, you know, was tremendous by him. You know, he, especially that one where he got to pick it up at the end and ends up in the last play, steals it, you know, to secure the game. Like, Jay Nell's engaged. Like, he's engaged. He's committed to playing, you know, for his teammates, and he's making winning plays out there. So I'm proud of what he's doing for VCU.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.